Happy Thursday. Hey everyone, welcome back. Happy Thursday. Hopefully everybody is getting ready for the weekend, and I hope you guys have a great weekend plan. Now, it's interesting because Jason and I always have people who ask me, "What are your plans for this weekend?" I'm like, working, doing whatever we do. And people always wonder, "Oh, but on Saturday and Sunday, do you have something fun?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I truly Saturdays and Sundays, they don't mean a whole lot to us. I guess because maybe we work from home, but usually Saturdays, Jason tries to keep me off of YouTube, but I'm like, no. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. We're back to talk about Kristen Doute, The Valley, Vanderpump Rules, Rachel Leviss, what she did with her podcast money, who her new man is, and how she's feeling about all of it. So do me a favor, just get subscribed and let's go. All right, guys. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. I feel like, especially at this point, I mean, I don't even know where to start. I think that right now, the Valley is in complete despair, but then also, it's not just the Valley, it's Vanderpump Rules, especially because people don't know what the is going to happen. And some people might not even give a shit, but some people do give a shit. What the hell happened to Rachel Leviss? So we're going to get into that. But before, Kristen Doute, yeah, she obviously she criticized Janet for attempting to emulate the behavior of some of her former cast from Vanderpump Rules, calling out Stassi or Lala like performances, and she labeled Janet as attention seeking and slanderous, insisting that you're not Stassi, you're not Lala. Now, despite apologizing on camera for using harsh language like whore, Kristen admitted afterwards that she would have handled things different if she had more time and clarity during the reunion filming. Um, Listen, she might actually truly believe that this woman is trying to emulate a villain. She has been friends with her for a long time. Here's the thing. When you go on reality TV, a lot of times, and we've seen this is the tale as old as time. When housewives bring friends on, it never works out. But Kristen Doute didn't bring Janet on. Jax Taylor asked Janet and Jason Caperna if they would want to join the Valley. Now, they did, and she's done a great job, but she gets a lot of hate. And especially with Kristen coming forward saying, "Why are you trying to be the villain in this story? Why are you trying to make yourself like Stassi or make yourself like a Lala of the Valley? Like, whatever you're trying to do, it's not working." Not good. So Kristen questioned whether she ever truly actually knew Janet pre-show or if Janet's personality changed since the camera started rolling, but she's skeptical. She is relieved though when it comes to Jax Taylor's exit, saying it's the best thing for both him and the show, and she claims that she blocked him and has no desire to reconnect, but she suggested that he could only return after at least a year of genuine behavior change. And Kristen admitted that she was excited to be back on the Valley, but also fearful of the fan reaction of her return. Now, Jax Taylor, too, I think that it's safe to say a lot of people were wondering, did Jax actually quit the show? Did he get fired from the show? What happened? Now, my thing is I feel like we can use our brains a little bit here. Um, I don't think that he ever quit the show. I think that he became a liability on the show. And I'm sure that the conversation about him not being a part of the show was probably a harder conversation than most people think. But I think that Bravo and NBC gave him the grace of being able to say, "Oh, well, you know what? Right now, I just need to take more time for me. And I need to take more time just to kind of focus on what I have going on and my child being the best father possible in my sobriety," which is it's a great way for them to pave it for Jax Taylor moving forward. But okay, moving on. Now, we have Raquel Leviss. So I don't know how much you guys have been following up with her. A lot of people have not, but she publicly stated that she quit her toxic job, which was Vanderpump Rules. And obviously, she moved out of Los Angeles and sought a life that aligned with her values with a more peaceful environment. So she put the money earned from her hosting her now ended podcast into launching a sound healing business and focusing on self-care and childhood trauma recovery and spiritual wellness. But she's pretty much saying that she took the money that was given to her on this podcast, that the podcast that she ended up passing to her publicist, which I thought was wild. She's saying, listen, I made X amount of money off of it and I was able to start a new business. Now, what's funny about this business that was the podcast that apparently launched this new business was that business was essentially created to, from what she said, to help women or other people who might have been gaslit or been in toxic relationships. She said, I'm not talking about Vanderpump Rules whatsoever. However, the whole actual podcast became about Vanderpump Rules. Yeah, that happened. So Rachel shared that now she's living life intentionally, romanticizing her life, embracing her rest, rejecting compromises of her values, and feeling emotionally freer and happier than before. So she introduced her boyfriend, Jason Boucher. Yeah. She described a heartfelt anniversary tribute, calling him sweet and world expanding, and confirmed that he encourages her dreams and supports her journey. But she said that she met him about a year ago. And as far as her final podcast episode reflection, she chose to end her show to fully step out of the Vanderpump Rules universe. And she prefers a little more of a authentic life to herself defined identity and values. And this is just, to me, listen, I guess the girl is doing it. I don't know. This is her new boyfriend, though, in case you guys have not seen him. This is him. New boyfriend. 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 Yeah. Yeah, we like it. All right. I want to hear what you guys think, guys. Pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Definitely do not forget that we are going live tomorrow for Hot Messy Topics. That's going to be this Friday. That's going to be also be at 12 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 a.m. Pacific, and most likely with Jason and I, but I'll keep you guys posted. But do all of the YouTube things, smash the like button, show some love, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys.